It's too late.
It's too late.
It's too late.
It's too late.
They'll tell you it's too late, that once you hit 60, muscle loss is inevitable, strength fades, and you should just accept it. But here's what nobody's saying. Your body doesn't have an expiration date, and the so-called decline isn't programmed into your DNA. It's programmed into your lifestyle. The truth is, people are rebuilding muscle, regaining strength, and moving like they're decades younger, not by chasing some complicated biohacking protocol, but by following 10 straightforward principles that most doctors won't even mention. You've been sold a lie that aging means weakness, that your best years are behind you, and that trying to get stronger now is pointless. Meanwhile, there are folks in their 60s, 70s, and beyond who are lifting heavier, feeling better, and living with more vitality than people half their age. And it's not genetics, it's not luck, it's strategy. If you're tired of watching your strength slip away, if you're frustrated by the aches and limitations that seem to multiply every year, and if you're ready to take back control of your body, then what you're about to discover will change everything. These 10 steps aren't theory, they're the exact roadmap to rebuild muscle, reclaim your energy, and move through life with the confidence and power you thought was gone forever. Here's the thing most folks don't realize. After hitting 60, your body starts playing hard to get with protein. It's not that you can't build muscle anymore, it's just that your system needs a bit more convincing. Scientists call it anabolic resistance, but what it really means is this. The same amount of protein that worked wonders in your 40s won't cut it now. You've got to step up your game, aiming for roughly 0.54 to 0.72 grams per pound of body weight daily. So if you're weighing in at 180 pounds, that's somewhere between 97 and 130 grams of protein every single day. And yeah, that's more than you think. Now, before you start stressing about numbers, let's talk real food. We're not chasing some bodybuilder fantasy here. We're looking at eggs in the morning, maybe 3 scrambled with some veggies, a piece of grilled salmon for lunch, Greek yogurt as an afternoon snack, and perhaps some lean chicken or a grass-fed burger for dinner. Toss in a scoop of whey protein if you're falling short, and you're golden. Quality matters more than quantity, so think wild-caught fish over processed deli meats, pasture-raised eggs over the cheapest carton, and organic Greek yogurt instead of the sugar-loaded stuff. This isn't just about hitting a target, it's about giving your muscles the premium fuel they need to recover, stay toned, and keep you moving with strength and energy that'll surprise everyone, including yourself. But protein alone won't do the magic. You need to put it to work. Resistance training is the most effective way to maintain and rebuild muscle, period. Most people think lifting weights after 60 is risky, but here's the truth that'll flip everything you believe. Not training is actually what's dangerous. Your muscles don't vanish because you're older. They disappear because they're not being challenged. This isn't some optional hobby for golden agers trying to look buff. It's the single most powerful tool you've got to maintain independence, prevent falls, and keep your body functioning like it's supposed to. We're talking about movements that wake up those dormant muscle fibers and remind them they've still got work to do. 2 to 4 sessions per week, hitting your legs, back, chest, and arms. That's the sweet spot where real change happens without burning you out. Here's where most folks get it wrong. They waste time on isolated exercises when they should be going for the big moves. Focus on multi-joint exercises like squats, deadlifts, chest presses, rows, and overhead presses. These compound movements work multiple muscle groups at once, giving you way more bang for your buck. You can start with bodyweight squats while holding onto a countertop, resistance band rows, or light dumbbell presses, whatever matches your current level. But here's the non-negotiable part. Progression. You've got to gradually increase the challenge, whether that's adding 5 more pounds, doing 2 extra reps, or moving from wall push-ups to regular ones. That steady increase is what signals your body to build and preserve muscle. It's not about destroying yourself in one session. It's about showing up consistently and making small improvements that compound into serious strength over time. By the way, if you're finding this helpful, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. It helps us reach more people who need to hear this. Here's something they don't tell you in those flashy fitness ads. Muscle growth after 60 isn't about how hard you train. It's about how regularly you show up. You could crush a 2-hour workout once a week and see barely any results. Or you could do 3 focused 30-minute sessions and watch your body transform. The difference? Consistency keeps your metabolism fired up, your muscles engaged, and your nervous system primed for growth. Think of it like watering a plant. You can't dump a gallon on it once a month and expect it to thrive. It needs steady, regular attention, and so does your body. Short, frequent workouts beat occasional marathon sessions every single time because they keep the muscle-building signal turned on without exhausting your recovery capacity. The trick is treating your workouts like non-negotiable appointments, the same way you wouldn't skip a doctor's visit or an important meeting. Block out those times in your calendar, maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings, or Tuesday and Thursday evenings, and guard them fiercely. It doesn't matter if it's 20 minutes or 45. What matters is that you're there, moving, challenging your body with intention. Build a routine that fits your life, not some Instagram influencer's schedule. Maybe it's resistance bands in your living room before breakfast, or a quick session at the local gym between errands. When you lock in that consistency, your body adapts, your strength compounds, and suddenly you're not just maintaining, you're actually getting stronger week after week, month after month, regardless of what the calendar says about your age. Let's take a quick pause here. If you want more than just exercises and you're looking for a complete system built specifically for men over 40, I've got something for you. Check out the link pinned in the comments or scan the QR code on the screen. It's a step-by-step plan that makes everything simpler and helps you get results faster. Now, all that training and protein means nothing if you're skimping on sleep. And this is where most people sabotage themselves without even realizing it. Deep sleep is when the real magic happens, because that's when your body releases growth hormone, the stuff that repairs torn muscle fibers and builds them back stronger. You can eat perfectly and train like a champion, but if you're only getting 5 or 6 hours of fragmented sleep, you're basically leaving gains on the table. Your body needs that 7 to 9 hour window to do its behind-the-scenes work, flushing out waste products, reducing inflammation, and orchestrating the complex recovery process that turns your efforts into actual results. Without quality sleep, you're running on fumes, your energy tanks, your motivation crashes, and your muscles simply can't rebuild the way they're designed to. Here's how to set yourself up for success. Start winding down at least an hour before bed. Dim the lights, put the phone away, and skip the late-night news that'll just spike your stress hormones. That blue light from screens messes with your melatonin production, making it harder to fall into those deep sleep cycles your body craves. Cut off caffeine by early afternoon because it lingers in your system way longer than you think, and avoid heavy meals within 3 hours of bedtime since digestion can keep you tossing and turning. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Think of it as your recovery chamber. Maybe invest in blackout curtains or a white noise machine if you need to. When you prioritize sleep like this, you'll notice the difference immediately. More energy during the day, faster recovery between workouts, and muscles that actually respond to the work you're putting in. Here's something so simple that people overlook it constantly: hydration. You might think water's just about quenching thirst, but when it comes to building muscle after 60, it's absolutely critical. Dehydration hits your strength, kills your endurance, and literally shuts down protein synthesis at the cellular level. Your muscles are roughly 75% water, so when you're running dry, everything suffers. Your joints get stiff, your energy plummets, and your body can't transport nutrients where they need to go. The tricky part? As you age, your thirst response dulls, meaning you can be seriously dehydrated without feeling parched. You've got to stay ahead of it, drinking water throughout the day, even when your body isn't screaming for it. So let's get tactical about this. Keep a water bottle within arm's reach all day long, on your desk, in your car, next to your favorite chair. Aim to sip consistently rather than chugging huge amounts at once, because your body absorbs it better that way. A good baseline is about half your body weight in ounces daily, so if you're 180 pounds, that's roughly 90 ounces spread across your waking hours. Start your morning with a full glass before anything else, drink a glass before each meal, and have some water during and after your workouts. Here's a game changer. Set alarms on your phone every couple of hours as reminders to drink. Sounds silly, but it works because you'll actually remember instead of going hours without a sip. If plain water bores you, toss in a squeeze of lemon or some cucumber slices. Pay attention to your urine color. Pale yellow means you're doing it right. Dark yellow is your body waving a red flag. Proper hydration supports every single thing we've talked about. Muscle contraction during training, nutrient delivery from that protein you're eating, joint lubrication, and faster recovery between sessions. Now let's talk about something that confuses a lot of people. Carbs and fats aren't the enemy. They're actually essential partners in your muscle building journey. You can load up on protein all day long, but without energy from carbohydrates and healthy fats, your body's running on empty and your muscles won't grow. Think of it this way. Protein is the building material, but carbs are the fuel that powers the construction crew. And fats are what keep your hormones balanced so the whole operation runs smoothly. After a workout, your muscles are screaming for glycogen replenishment, and that comes from carbs. Meanwhile, healthy fats support testosterone production, brain function, and help you absorb crucial vitamins that keep your system firing on all cylinders. Here's what this looks like on your plate. Pair that grilled chicken or salmon with a serving of complex carbs. Maybe a cup of oatmeal in the morning, brown rice with lunch, a sweet potato at dinner, or some fresh fruit as a snack. These slow-burning carbs give you steady energy without the crash, keeping your blood sugar stable and your workouts strong. Then add in healthy fats throughout the day. Drizzle extra virgin olive oil on your salads. Toss some avocado slices on your eggs. Grab a handful of raw almonds or walnuts between meals, or blend some chia seeds into your protein shake. Aim for a balanced plate at each meal, roughly a palm-sized portion of protein, a fist-sized serving of carbs, and a thumb-sized amount of fat. When you nail this combination, you'll notice the difference immediately. More energy during training, better workout performance, faster recovery, and muscles that actually have the resources they need to grow and repair. Let's be real, whole foods should always be your foundation, but strategic supplementation can give you that extra edge, especially when you're over 60 and your body's playing by different rules. We're not talking about magic pills or sketchy powders promising overnight transformations. We're talking about research-backed supplements that genuinely support muscle preservation and recovery. The right ones fill in the gaps where diet alone might fall short, helping you reach your targets without having to eat like a professional athlete. But here's the deal. Supplements work best when they're built on top of solid nutrition and consistent training, not as a replacement for the basics we've already covered. So what's actually worth your money? Start with creatine monohydrate, 3 to 5 grams daily, mixed into water or your protein shake. Despite what you might have heard, it's one of the safest and most studied supplements out there, proven to boost strength, increase muscle volume, and improve workout performance at any age. Next up, whey protein or a quality plant-based option if you're struggling to hit your daily protein target through food alone. 1 scoop post-workout or as a snack can bridge that gap effortlessly. Then consider vitamin D, especially if you're not getting much sun exposure. Most people over 60 are deficient, and it plays a huge role in muscle function and bone health. Omega-3 fatty acids from fish oil support joint health, reduce inflammation, and keep your cardiovascular system humming along. Just remember, and this is crucial, always run new supplements by your doctor first, especially if you're on medications or have existing health conditions. What works for one person might not be right for another, so get that professional green light before adding anything to your routine. Here's what most people miss. The gym isn't where you spend most of your life, and your muscles need to stay active outside those training sessions too. Daily movement keeps your body functional, your joints mobile, and your metabolism ticking along even on rest days. We're not talking about formal exercise here. We're talking about the kind of natural, spontaneous activity that humans are designed for, but modern life has stripped away. Every time you climb a flight of stairs instead of taking the elevator, walk to the store instead of driving, or get down on the floor to play with your grandkids, You're telling your muscles they still have a job to do. This consistent, low-level activity prevents that stiffness and weakness that creeps in when people become too sedentary between workouts. Think about weaving movement into your everyday routine in ways that don't feel like work. Spend 20 minutes gardening, pulling weeds, digging, planting, and you're working your legs, core, and upper body without even thinking about it. Park farther away from the entrance when running errands and rack up those extra steps. Take phone calls standing up or pacing around instead of sitting. If you've got a dog, make those walks longer and more frequent. Help a neighbor move furniture, wash your car by hand, or organize your garage. All of that counts and all of it matters. The goal is to stay physically engaged with life itself, not just compartmentalize fitness into 3 weekly sessions. When you keep moving throughout the day, your muscles stay supple, your circulation stays strong, and you maintain that functional strength that lets you live independently and confidently, no matter what life throws at you. Now here's something that doesn't get nearly enough attention. You can build all the muscle in the world, but if your joints are stiff and your balance is shaky, you're setting yourself up for problems. Strong muscles need flexible, stable joints to function properly, and that means dedicating time to mobility and balance work. This isn't just about feeling limber, it's about preventing falls, maintaining good posture, improving coordination, and moving through life with confidence instead of caution. As you age, your proprioception, your body's sense of where it is in space, naturally declines and your connective tissues get tighter. If you ignore this, you'll end up strong but rigid, powerful but unsteady, and that's a recipe for injury that can sideline everything else you've worked for. So let's get specific about what this looks like in practice. Add 10 to 15 minutes of stretching after your workouts or before bed. Focus on your hips, hamstrings, shoulders, and spine, holding each stretch for 20 to 30 seconds without bouncing. Try some basic yoga flows like cat-cow, downward dog, or child's pose to open up your body and improve flexibility. For balance, practice standing on one leg while brushing your teeth or waiting for your coffee to brew. Start with 20 seconds per side and work up from there. Horse stance is another gem. Feet shoulder width apart, squat down slightly like you're sitting in a chair, and hold for 30 seconds to a minute while keeping your core engaged. You can also walk heel to toe in a straight line, do single leg deadlifts with light weight, or stand on one foot with your eyes closed for an extra challenge. These drills might seem simple, but they're training your nervous system to keep you upright and agile, protecting you from the kind of stumbles that can derail your progress and your independence. Here's the thing that separates people who transform their bodies from those who give up after a few weeks: mindset. You can have the perfect training plan, the ideal diet, and all the supplements in the world, but without the right motivation and a clear sense of purpose, none of it sticks. Muscle growth after 60 isn't just a physical challenge. It's a mental game where consistency wins over intensity, and your why becomes the fuel that keeps you going when motivation dips. Most people start strong, riding that initial wave of excitement, but then life happens, progress slows, and doubt creeps in. That's when purpose kicks in, training not just to look better, but to stay independent, to keep up with your grandchildren, to travel without limitations, to prove that age is just a number, not a sentence. Set realistic goals that actually mean something to you and celebrate those small wins along the way. Maybe it's adding 5 pounds to your squat, doing your first unassisted push-up in years, or simply feeling less winded climbing stairs. Write these victories down, acknowledge them, and let them build momentum. Don't compare yourself to who you were at 40 or to some fitness model on social media. Compare yourself to who you were last month and focus on that forward progress. Train for the joy of movement itself, for the vitality that comes from feeling strong and capable, for the freedom of knowing your body works for you instead of against you. When you anchor your efforts to something deeper than vanity, independence, health, adventure, legacy, you create an unshakable foundation. That sense of purpose keeps your body strong and your spirit young, turning fitness from a chore into a lifestyle that carries you powerfully through every decade ahead. So what are you going to do with all this? You've got the blueprint: protein, training, recovery, daily habits. But knowledge without action is just entertainment. Are you going to keep blaming age? Or are you ready to prove your best years aren't behind you? Pick one thing and start today. Hit that protein target, schedule a workout, drink more water, just move. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications for more strategies that'll keep you strong. Don't let this be another video you forge.